uniforms. 50 years ago, the Memphis sound of the ABA. I think if we're going to honor an ABA team, we should play with a red, white, and blue ball.
I like that. I love that red, white, and blue ball.
Oh, so did I. Had one as a kid and loved it.
That's what'd you learn at the half, Steph?
Ja Morant had 12 points in the second, so some defensive adjustments happening, more to continue.
Yeah, look, and that's an area we talked about it earlier where Minnesota's usually very good who's defending the three. They give up the third fewest and have the sixth best percentage defense against the three. But tonight, as Ja Morant shoots another one, and 70% from three, 14 for 20.
I mean, that's the thing. Yes, the threes are coming in volume, but man, knocking them down at an impressive clip. Both of these teams, you expect that from Minnesota. Memphis beating up their own game right now. It's Randall. Minnesota typically very good guarding the three-point line. It is a point of emphasis for Chris Finch. But they found some open spaces out there. And there's a steal. McDaniels on the runaway.
Memphis, you've got to be a little bit concerned that you're shooting 66% from the floor, 70% from three, and you're up one.
A lot of offensive firepower in this one. Last meeting between these two teams, looks like McDaniels got caught.
Center, impossible.
Normally you take the chances to see if Morant will miss a three.
Yeah, but he's been shooting the three so well in the 6 games since he's come back off that injury.
Yeah, it really has. And Morant's hit 3 threes tonight, made half of his threes. Minnesota down a point with the ball, just getting started here in the third quarter. Been a very entertaining matchup thus far. Randall off 1 foot. Shooters, Julius Randle.
Minnesota back in front.
Randall's got 15. Biggest lead in this game, 8. Minnesota had an 8-point lead. Biggest lead for Memphis was ball.
Foul there on Aldama over the top. Memphis hasn't missed many shots tonight, but when they have missed, they haven't been able to get anything back. Only 1 offensive rebound. It's an area that's really dropped off in the last few.
Both with 4. There's a delay for Taylor Jenkins. 36 and 18. They were second in the West at the All-Star break. They had a 6-game lead on the Wolves, who were in 7th at the time. Tomas Isolo. Then they have won the last 3. We were there for his first win in Miami, and they have not lost since. Ja Morant had the buzzer beater. 2
coaches now in the NBA, Taylor Jenkins and Michael Malone, fired with fewer than 10 games to go in the season, and both teams were 15 games over 500 when the coaches got fired.
Here's Conley on the drive with the left hand. Finish by Mike Conley.
And we haven't seen those this year. A career low 37% from 2-point range. He's been very effective from 3, but has really had trouble finishing.
Bay cannot hit. Minnesota on a 13-0 run with the ball. Randall drops his shoulder.
Another attack of the rim, and now they're back on the defense. Morant all the way to the rim, but can't finish for Memphis. We know that. That's just one of the problems they've had. They foul quite a bit.
So early in his tenure as the interim head coach.
Well, a lot more pick and rolls. They've talked about that. They were at one point in this season running among the fewest pick and rolls in the league. That's really picked up. Started to pick up under Taylor Jenkins anyway, but has picked up a lot for an assist on that. But they have not hit the offensive glass as hard. They have not forced the number of turnovers that they were before, but they've been better at the ball. And we see him with a great finish there. Now 23 points to go with his 5 assists.
That was a good example of it as Randall hits a 3 over Edey. Wolves out of a cannon here in this second half. They are really rolling right now. They have taken the air out of this building.
Some like you showed in the first half. You know, he was taking a gamble on creating a layup on the fast break. That's just careless. Those you cannot have.
Conley drops it off Gobert, and Bane quarter thus far as Gobert in the play-in. And then on Friday, second chance here as Edwards hits it. Is raining down right. It's gone to 11.5, and what a quarter this has been. It was 72-67 Memphis at the half. Minnesota's outscored the Grizzlies 26-5 in this third quarter. 26 points on the board. in the first 5 minutes of this third quarter as Ja Morant throws it away.
As you can see, the game of runs there. Minnesota on a huge one right now.
Minnesota on the other end of what they endured in Milwaukee on Tuesday. As Randall scores again. Randall has 12 in the quarter.
Now their defense is the problem. They just can't stop Minnesota at all right here in the third quarter.
Edwards gets by Bane, kicks it, and throws it into higher than the t-shirt toss usually goes. 10 for 10 this quarter are the Wolves. Jaren Jackson with those 4 fouls. One in.
They need a lot more of those, and they've got to get some stops down here. You're not coming from 16 down with just making shots.
I don't think there's any lead that the Wolves could muster right now that Wolves fans would feel comfortable with after what they saw Tuesday. Late clock, Randall's got to put one up, does so, hits the rim, and the foul.
Second chance points by the Wolves.
Pippen goes all the way, he's fouled.
He has been even better. 7 games, averaging about 14 points and 5 assists, shooting 54% from the floor and 54% from 3.
Ja Morant got the highlights last Thursday in Miami with that game winner, rightly so, as Morant fouled.
Shot fake creates
the app. 2 free throws for Edwards, 36 points. Only in the third quarter. Pippen, fake pass, and now they lead it by 16. That's the run, 30-8. 6 minutes of time. It came quick.
But 2 quick buckets by Pippen, and Chris Finch wanted a timeout. He does not want to see any let up. They just went through giving up a point lead in 10 minutes the other night in Milwaukee. You don't want to take any time off and let this Memphis team get going again.
Oh, Morantism not only hangs but contorts, and able to score the basket. Ja Morant scored the first 5 points of this quarter. He's got 25 now. Dished out 6 assists. Randall, he's had a big third. Randall taking on Aldama, backs his way in. They clear it out. Randall no good. There's Edey with a rebound. Pippen pushes. Memphis just got their first board of the quarter as Morant misses. Bounce pass to Edwards. Gobert running the floor. Edwards takes it himself. Morant.
Here because I couldn't get him. Shooting his 13th free throw. Memphis has shot him.
Because Morant hangs again.
Normally a very good offensive.
Ja Morant.
But again, we keep saying it, you're going to have to get a lot of stops. I mean, you can score, but that's not going to get it done.
Nice lead, Edwards. Playmaking. And picks up an assist for his big man right there. Edwards sitting on 38. As Pippen knocked. Randall has 14 in the quarter, and those two have combined for 26 of the 38 points. Pippen pushing double figures once again. And Pippen hits the deck.
Santi Aldama may have had his hands on him, but he didn't push him into that.
Pippen, and it's blocked by Gobert. Edwards defending. Jaren Jackson Jr. got Naz Reid on him. Gobert lurks, and Jackson.
His comfort zone.
Naz Reid picks up. 3:22 remaining in the third quarter. Memphis led by 5 at the half. And then a huge surge by Minnesota to start this third quarter. Alexander Walker up and over Edey, certainly altered that shot. Bane out of the pack. Bane in a big second quarter. Jackson guarded by DiVincenzo, drops his shoulder. And Jackson to Edey. Edey kicks it, Aldama passed it up. There's a screen there by John Goebel.
Well, John was known for that as his, when he played at Miami Senior High in Florida. He was known as a great screener.
FIU too. Aldama probably should have put that one up. I don't think he could believe that Edwards couldn't get through the official screen.
I had it as a moving screen myself.
Here's Edwards. He shakes Aldama, buries another piece.